She started crying, and my dad called me heartless. I did apologize a few minutes later, but my dad snapped and asked me to leave my stepmom alone. Since then, my dad has been giving me the silent treatment while my stepmom just avoids me. Update 1. I'm sorry it took so long to get back to everyone, but a lot has happened in the last few months. I wasn't able to read most of the responses to my last post because I went to sleep after posting it. When I woke up, there were several viral TikTok videos about my situation. I didn't know about any of that, but my stepmom's younger sister saw one of the Reddit videos and sent it to their family group chat. And my stepmom saw the video and lost it when she read the comments. She took my phone, laptop, and grounded me right after I woke up. When my dad got home from work, he backed her up. Her entire family was furious, and my dad got yelled at by her parents. They tried to force me to take the post down, but I wouldn't give them my phone's password, so there was little they could do about that. They kept calling me insensitive and disrespectful for bringing strangers into a private matter. As part of my punishment, I wasn't allowed to leave my room. They wouldn't allow me to use my phone or laptop to communicate with my mom at all. They said I could get those privileges back after they deemed that I learned my lesson. A week after everything, my stepmom lost her baby, and she blamed me for it. She said I was causing the entire family too much stress. She just kept yelling at me that it was my fault, and she refused even a glance in my direction. She had a huge argument with my dad about how she wanted me gone, and she ended up staying with her parents for the night. My stepmom even tried to turn my younger brothers against me, and it worked with the older one. My dad tried to convince me to apologize to her, but I didn't even understand what I would be apologizing for. His wife's pregnancy was already high risk due to many other issues. She has lost 3 babies in the past 2 years. I don't know anything about her medical health, but I once overheard her talking on the phone about an abnormality she had that caused her to lose her other babies. And I just fell into a really bad place mentally after that. 4 days after everything happened with my family, I tried to delete myself. I can't describe what I did without this getting flagged, and I don't know how long I was out for, but when I woke up, I started puking everywhere. I was in so much pain and could barely move. I can't remember much, but I think I passed out again, and my little brother found me passed out and covered in vomit. My dad ended up calling 911, and I ended up in the ER. I can't remember everything because it was a blur, but I had to drink activated charcoal at one point. I was hallucinating for hours, and I woke up in a different hospital. I lied to my doctors about everything because I didn't want to get in trouble, but I was still involuntarily sent to a psychiatric hospital anyway. My dad was against it, but I was there for a little over a week. I got into a lot of trouble for attempting to delete myself. My dad didn't speak to me for a week after I came home. While I was gone, my dad read all my journals where I wrote about how much I hated myself, my life, and wished my sister was still alive. He also found out that I was hurting myself by reading it. Eventually, he made me read all the pages out loud to him, my stepmom, and my pastor. My pastor gave me a 3-hour lesson on letting go of anger in the past. They also took away the door to my bedroom because I lost that privilege, and my stepmom made it verbally known that she didn't want me there anymore. My dad told me that he was going to send me to a behavioral camp for troubled kids since I tried to take my life. I still didn't have any of my electronics back, and they refused to leave me alone for extended periods of time. So I had to stay in the living room all day and could only go into my room when it was time for bed. My dad made me keep my door open while I showered, so my stepmom could monitor me. I wasn't allowed to play volleyball this year as a punishment, which really sucked. I just felt so stuck, and I knew that I'd be sent away to one of those awful camps. I've heard so many bad stories about them, so I took my stepmom's iPad in the middle of the night, and I was able to call my best friend. I explained everything to her, she told her parents, and they agreed to help me. I packed a few bags, took a bunch of things that remind me of my sister, and planned to leave 3 nights later. I was even able to get my birth certificate and social security card because I told my stepmom I needed them for a job interview at our church's daycare, and surprisingly, she gave them to me. For 2 nights, my best friend would drive to my house at around 3 a.m. to get some of my things and my sister's old stuff. Then, on the 3rd night, I finally found where my dad was keeping my phone and laptop, so I took them back and left with my best friend that night. I don't want to accidentally incriminate anyone, so I can't say too much about what happened the night I left or who I was with afterwards. However, my dad tried to press charges on several people, but that went nowhere. He gave up on trying to get me to go home because my stepmom was happy with me gone anyway. It's been 3 months since I left, and I'm happy to say that I'm safe. I haven't heard from my dad or his wife in weeks, and from what I've heard, they're not on good terms. I'm currently staying with my mom's cousin, but once I graduate from high school, I plan on moving to Europe to be closer to my mom. I turned 18 today, and I'm happy that I no longer have to legally see my dad again.